All right, we spent the last couple lessons talking about the Constitution. We talked about the three branches of government, checks and balances, and then we also spent some time talking about basic individual rights. What I want to spend a little bit of time talking about now are the duties and responsibilities that really are required or should be that each citizen should fulfill. Now, duties and responsibilities, two different words. They actually mean two different things. What the difference is between them, I'll try to give you as simple a definition as I can. A duty, these are actions that are required by law, meaning that if you don't do these things, or if you do those things, it's breaking a law one way or the other, and you'll get fined, or possibly you might even go do some jail time. Responsibilities, on the other hand, these are voluntary actions by the citizens. Although they're not required by law, really a healthy and a functioning society needs to have its citizens do these types of things. Now let me give you some examples of duties. We can kind of go through these, several of these that I put up here one at a time. Like I mentioned before, duties are things that, laws that you should obey or laws that you should not break. The first example I want to talk about is paying taxes. Now I personally never have met anyone who liked paying taxes. But the fact is, all of us, we have inherited this country, the society we live in, and it was shaped and built by those who came before us. Taxes do important things. They pay for things like roads, bridge construction, police and fire department services, public libraries. They guarantee schooling for our children all the way up through 12th grade. And also they protect us through the military. They fund the military effort to protect our country. Now, speaking of military, selective service. This is an example of a duty. If you're 18 years and older, you have to register with the selective service. That doesn't mean you're going to be drafted, but it is a legal requirement. Jury duty. Someday you may be summoned to serve on a jury, most likely. You're going to need to miss some time at work, and you're going to be paid very little because jury pay is terrible. But the fact is, our justice system does need citizens to serve as jury members because these people are the ones that determine if somebody is innocent or guilty. So you might be asked to serve on a jury someday. Attending school. In most states, really until a specific age, you are required to attend school. And if you don't attend school, I mean, I guess they could throw you in jail for doing that, or juvenile detention or something like that, but you are required to go to school until you reach a certain age. And at that point, if you want to drop out of school, you can, but until that point, that is not an option. Now, let me speak here as a teacher for a moment. Legally, you have to be here anyway. So while you're here, get smarter, learn how to think more clearly, learn how to express your opinions more accurately, learn how to analyze ideas of others. Listen, you're going to be better, you're going to be smarter for your efforts. So just be a good student. Now, some of these laws I mentioned about it, if you don't agree with it, work to change it. That is going to be, we talked about duties here. We're going to talk about some responsibilities now. And I kind of want to merge with this. If you don't agree with a law, work to change it. That is a responsibility of a citizen, is to be an active participant in this democracy that we have. Now, other examples is to be well informed. I put on here, use the internet. Man, and do I really mean use the internet? The internet, I think, has absolutely destroyed the excuse of being ignorant about something anymore. And what I mean by ignorant is not knowing. There's no good excuse anymore for not knowing something. We have access to information like no other human beings that ever have existed have access to. So use the internet, for crying out loud. You need to know what's happening in your community, in your state, and then, of course, world events. Know and exercise your rights. We talked a little bit about these in some of the Bill of Rights. So know what those rights are, and when you need to, exercise those rights. Respect diversity of ideas, even those that you disagree with. So the reality of being around people is you're going to come across people who have different ideas. It doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but you can agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Anyway, just be nice. Just be nice. You can disagree with people, but just be nice about it. Respecting diversity in race, religion, and beliefs. We are a nation that is absolutely full of immigrants. All of us at one time or another in our family have been immigrants. Even if you're Native American, it could have been 10,000, it could have been 40,000 years ago. We have all immigrated at one time here to this place that we call the United States. So respect the diversity that's found here in America. Also accept responsibility for your actions. This is part of growing up and part of being an adult. When you do something, whether it's good or whether it's bad, accept responsibility for that. And the last thing I want to talk about, the responsibility, is to vote. And this is really the key way that we have to participate in this representative democracy. If you don't like how things are going, you got to go out and vote. It's a slow process. It takes a while to get things changed, but for crying out loud, go out there, vote, and have your voice be heard. So there you go. Duties and responsibilities of a well-informed, responsible citizen.